about a month since the last video, Our Bodies Have Changed. If you haven't watched that, go and have a look at that first, then this will make sense to you, this video will make sense to you. So basically, I'm just going to go over what I think is going on. I've had a month to absorb what's going on. I'm kind of back to where I was, and when I say where I was researching everything all the time, looking at what's going on, and to have a radical change like the internal mechanism of your own body actually change. It's kind of like, it's the ultimate proof, isn't it, that something's going on, the fast-tracked evolution that we're having under our noses. So I'm kind of okay with everything now. For people who are only just finding out, it's obviously going to freak you out, but the thing is, there's something that could be coming pretty soon, so I'm gonna kind of try and tackle that subject and have a look at that, and give you what you know, kind of like an opinion on how I see things playing out, and how I see things, the way that we can best deal with it in perhaps the shortest time, because this could happen pretty soon. Whatever it is, it just feels like everything's ramping up. So that's what this video is going to be about, just talking about the Mandela effect, the way it's kind of seems to be a precursor to something happening. I think that the Mandela effect, the event, the ascension, the new earth, the pole shift, it's all one thing, it's all the same thing, it's just all one event. That's how I perceive it, and I'll keep saying it, you know. I'm not saying this is a definite. Who knows what's definite? There's nothing definite. We've been filled up with nonsense all our lives. No one's talked about this. I've read all the comments in the video. Yeah, and it's crazy, isn't it? This, you know, this thing that's happening. But we've got to consider, you know, do we want to live in a place that's completely dilapidated mentally, physically, and everyone around us is ill at odds with themselves? No, we're kind of at the end of a cycle, so it's time to start the cycle again. This is the 26,000 year cycle that goes with this event. As I say, this is just one guy's opinion, and I'm just trying to give an opinion out so we can have a little bit of it, we can share something, a few ideas. I've looked at this for a long time, never knowing what it's actually going to be, but we finally got to a point where we can actually have a look at what the possibilities of what's going to happen. There's a lot of information come forward since February this year. I've got two videos that I'm going to clip to this one. I'll leave the links to this one, and they'll best describe how the event would be played out and the shift that would be coming. There's two women, and the show's about an hour a piece. Watch those, they'll give you an idea of the possibility of the changes and how the changes are going to play out. On a personal level, you know, if we want to talk about the pains and the feelings that you're feeling within your body, physically I've had a lot of pain in the hip this week, lots of pain in the leg, a pain in the jaw, stabbing, shooting pains, lower back, hips, foot, just ongoing pain, stabbings, pokings, like someone's shoving a needle in me. So you can actually feel these changes happening, and what I would say is that the changes that are happening within our physiology seem to be determining that this event could be coming quite soon. So how best to deal with it, how we're going to deal with it. So how best to deal with this, how we're going to deal with it. It's going to be very difficult, isn't it? You know, because we're all going to have to deal with something that we either knew about or didn't know about. We're kind of all in the same boat. You know, it's going to happen to everyone, this. That's if this happens, and there's a lot of people been waiting for some kind of event to happen, something to happen to change where we're at, because this isn't working. So consequently, what we have to do is we have to try to alleviate the fear that's been built up within us. So, you know, I would say don't try to stop watching TV, all the worst stuff, all the nonsense. Don't buy a newspaper, it's pointless. It's more of the same. Everything's the same. The media just pumps fear into you. There's been so many instances of it over the years, and people end up with this residual energy of fear, which is a complete control mechanism for the elitists. So what you've got to do is try and increase your vibration and feel less fear. Fear is a low vibration, so you have to try to raise your vibration. Raising your vibration is to rid yourself of negative things around you. And these, everything's your choice. It'll be down to your own intuition as to what you eradicate from your life to actually make yourself feel better. And you'll already know what these things are. But as I say, these are things to raise your vibration and kind of nullify negativity. So when this the concept of what's going to happen is there's going to be an aurora borealis type wave of energy comes across Earth, and this is the idea I've got, and it's going to basically reset everyone's frequency. Now, if you've got a frequency that's really the opposite of what's coming in, then there's going to be problems for you. I do think that the problems that are going to be there are certainly going to be able to be dealt with for certain people, because a lot of people hold a low vibration just because of the things that's happened to them in their lives. Doesn't mean to say they're inherently bad, but I'm talking about the inherently evil people that are here that hold a really slow vibration. They are going to have real big problems with what's coming in, because they won't be able to cope with the high vibration. High vibration is more information. This is the thing, we're going to a dimension, or possibly going to a dimension that we're only aware of in our dreams, and try to bring information back from your dreams to this reality is very difficult. So have a look at the videos, and there's a host of things you can do. Research all of what I'm saying, and whether it comes pretty soon or not, we're all in the same boat, and all I can do is kind of put forward what my opinion is, because I have researched all of this for a long time, not knowing that it's this specific event that's coming, but the body changes that have happened within us are certainly the factual information we need to consider that there's something on the horizon. And this is what it seems as if is on the horizon, this wave of energy and the change, which is essentially the change that's been spoken about for years. So where we're going to go, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There are things on this earth that are teachers to us if we'd only take notice. I have dogs, and the dogs are always wagging their tails, never judging you, are they? So they're kind of like in singularity being not necessarily being annoyed at anything. A dog wags its tail all the time, doesn't it? Because it's happy. Why is it happy? It's happy because it's a loving little animal. The only time they ever kind of go against that is when they get abused. There's not many dogs that are inherently evil. So it seems as if animals already know the score, and we've got some catching up to do. So, that's where I'm at. And, let's take notice of these little things. This is one of my dogs. It's a little Patterdale. And, that like I say, these are already in singularity. They already know. They just know to be nice. We could perhaps take a leaf out of their books. But anyway, I'll put the link, put the video up. I've been trying to do this for a while, but I'll put this video up, and check the two links out. and hopefully everything will be okay. You know, I'm positive about it. I'm not skeptical. When I say I'm not skeptical, I don't think it's going to be a negative event. I think it's going to be the event that we all need, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens, eh? But good luck to everyone, and make sure you watch these 2 links. They're very important. Okay, thanks.